I literally need to stop saying literally. Oh, Carol, it's already starting. Where in the hell is my primer? There it is. I know most people are like, I can get away without primer. I don't need primer. Ladies, you gotta use primer, okay? You gotta use primer. It's gonna fill in all of these wrinkles here, all of your fine lines. It's gonna put like a nice just barrier over top of those wrinkles. So when you put on your makeup, then it doesn't sink into these, okay? Because your primer is going into that instead of your makeup, okay? So if you are like me and you are blessed with age lines, use some primer, okay? Trust me. Guys, I'm shedding like a freaking husky right now. Oh, sometimes I swear I shed worse than my dogs. I do. I shed worse than my dogs. How embarrassing is that? Shed all day long. Not that that has anything to do with makeup or Hollywood glam. Oh well. If you're new, welcome to my life. I'm very random. If you're not new, then y'all know how I roll. All right, so I'm going in with just some liquid foundation. It's literally liquid. It's in a dropper. And I just put like some drops on my fingers, and then I just kind of... Okay, so I am actually using a brush to blend. You can use a damp beauty blender. You can use a brush. Just don't use your fingers. You can if you're in a tight pinch, but you're just not gonna get the finish that you want, okay? So I literally just buff it in with this foundation brush, and it literally like... I mean, look at that. Yes, please. Hide those zits. It is that time of the month where I start getting some crazy act. Hey, lower your voice.
Shut your mouth.
Pippa, stop. All right, so I'm gonna put in some concealer. This is about 2 shades, maybe 3, I don't know. Lighter, and I'm just literally going to tap just a tiny bit under here.
I don't want to finish with it.
Why? And then I'm just taking a damp beauty blender, and I am just going to beat it, pat it in. For some reason, a damp beauty blender to me is just gonna make it look more natural and more flawless when you beat in concealer. I don't know why, it's just my jam.
Can I have lipstick? So I'm gonna put some lipstick on.
Yes, you can have lipstick. Just don't ruin your shirt, okay?
I won't.
Okay.
Can you stop? I can't see.
So before I go in with powders to set that or powder foundation, I'm going to, not that one, I'm gonna do my contour. So I go in with the Duet contour stick. You guys, this thing is life. Gray used this, look at that, for lipstick the other day. And I gotta tell you, I ain't even mad at her because it worked. It worked. I'm not even gonna lie. So I go there, I go there. You wanna go about like the top of your ear and just bring it down to about the corner of your eye, okay? And we're just gonna put some up here. Like these Duet sticks are life because it makes it so easy to just put.
I need a baby.
Okay, give me that color back. You're done now. I love that color. Give it to mommy. You wanna show them how pretty you look real quick?
No.
Okay, she said no. All right, and then I'm gonna go in a minute to highlight, but I do the contour first. I take this brush. This is my favorite brush for contour. It is the It Ulta brush. It's the number 101. I love, love, love it. I literally just kind of like stipple it in with this brush until it is all the way blended in. I love it, love it, love it. All right, so we are taking the lighter stick now. The other side, you just flip it over. We're gonna go right down the center of my nose. We're gonna bring it up here. I'm gonna put a little bit here, a little bit here, some here, some here, a little bit here. What? So now I'm just taking that same beauty blender we used for the contour or the concealer, and I'm just blending that in. Setting powder, which I love, 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 love. If you have used Laura Mercier, it's a lot like that, only cheaper than Laura Mercier, but it's so like finely milled. It has like this cute little mesh thing here, so you don't lose like any of your product. I just tap off the extra and then just pat it right on here. It is my favorite. I'm taking our loose powder foundation and I'm just going right over top where that contour is. I like to set any creams I use with a powder. That includes my contour. So I just have a tiny bit on this brush here, and I'm just gonna go right over top. It's about the same color as the contour, so I'm not really adding any extra like oomph in my contour. I'm just setting it to make sure it doesn't budge. You can do, if you wanna do unique and support me, I won't be mad at you. You can either do palette 1 for this look, which is right here, which is golds and browns, or you can do some of our pressed shadows. Okay, so either one is great. I personally love the pressed shadows more just because they have primer infused in them, so they really do stay like crazy. Okay, so I'm going in with a clean blending brush. We are just going to pop on some of this Timid just right over top of the primer. This is just gonna help kind of all those shades that we're about to do mix together. Okay, you're not gonna see this. You're not going to know it's on at the end of the look, but it just helps all the colors blend beautifully. So I'm gonna go in with, I always forget these names. Astute. We're gonna go in with Astute. So Astute is just gonna be like my transition color here. And we're just going to literally, if you don't have this blending brush in your life, if you don't buy anything else from Unique, grab this blending brush. You'll thank me later. It is literally the best blending brush in the history of forever. I have Sigma, I have Morphe, I have Max. None of them compare to this blending brush. No freaking joke. You're back? Perfect. Really? She comes in saying, I'm back. I see you. You're riding a unicorn. All right, so we're just going back and forth in our crease and above. That's where transitions are going to go, crease and above. The cool thing about this brush is it does the work for you because it's already tapered here. So you put this right in your crease or where you think your crease should be, and then it blends out on both sides without you even doing any work. Like literally does it for you. Okay, I'm going to go in with this. Oh, what is this one? That one was Astute that we used. This one is Gingerly. So I'm going to use the same brush and I'm just going to deepen that transition a little bit. So we've got a nice base built up. We've got some nice transition. Now I want to add some like depth into it. Okay, so I want to get it a little darker here and I want to get it brighter here. All right. So this is the crease brush by Unique. I'm going to go in with this one. We're just going to keep building that corner because I want it to be really, really smoky. You can do this all sorts of ways. I have just found with my eye shape, it's easier to kind of pat it on where I want it and then blend it. All right, and then we just take our blending brush and blend it out. Blending is key when you're doing these looks, okay? Blend, blend, blend. I know it takes a little bit, but your look is gonna look so much smoother and not as blotchy as you blend it out, okay? So keep blending.
Key. How about Colin's key?
You're lucky you're cute or I'd kick you out. That same brush and we're gonna put some of that brown right underneath the eye. So I'm going to first start with the Gingerly here, right there. And we're gonna put that underneath and then we're gonna add some of the darker.
Oh God, there's a mirror on the back of that.
I know, isn't that a cool Z palette? It's Unique's palette. Okay, so that was Gingerly. Now, whoa, did you just hit something? No. Now I'm gonna take this brown.
If I want this.
I'm bringing it down here and just kind of smoke it out. I love, love, love smoky. Look how much difference that made. Just smoking out the bottom a little bit. Look how much more bold that made your eye look. Like it just, all right, we're gonna add a little bit of gold. I'm gonna spray this cream shadow brush with some setting spray and we're gonna go in with, let's see what color this is. Fanatical. So we're gonna take that wet brush that we just sprayed and we're just gonna tap it on the center here.
Mommy, don't kick it.
Look at that.
Can you push me?
Oh my gosh, yes. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for just a minute. Once it dries, then I'm gonna blend it a little bit with the blending brush. All right, so now I'm gonna take that blending brush, same one we used. Guys, literally, I've only used 3 brushes. 3. Y'all can do this, okay? It's not that difficult. And then we're just gonna blend it. just on the edges here, just so it's not so like in your face. Isn't that pretty? Oh, love it. So I get a lot of questions on my eyeliner. I don't use pencils. I use, actually it's a cream shadow that I use, and I'm obsessed. This stuff does not budge, literally, okay? And you really have to even scrub if you use a makeup wipe. Like, I know that y'all probably are like, whatever, Carole, you're crazy. But seriously, it's what I use on all my brides, all my clients that I do. And I've had so many people like message me back like after their weddings and stuff like, Carole, this eyeliner does not come off. I'm like, yeah, I know, that's why I used it. Like, it is bullet proof, no joke. And it's one of the easiest ways to get like that perfect wing. I literally take, this is like a $1 brush from e.l.f., okay? It's the tiniest little brush. It's their concealer brush. But I like that little point to do my wing. So I just dip it in the Splurge Cream Shadow. This stuff will last you forever too. Forever. And it's a matte, this is a matte brown. So it's a really dark brown. You can do black, you can do, I've done purple, like we have all sorts of colors. So just let me know. But then you're just gonna go right here. I'm using the tip of the brush and we're just going to start kind of lightly putting it on. When you get to the inner corner of your eye, always open your eye, because if you don't, you're gonna end up getting it here on the lower corner too. So when I get into the inner corner of my eye, I just open up my eye and it just makes it easier to get that in there. Now, I do my whole lash line here, but to do the wing, I'm gonna get a little more product on it because you want it to be sharp. So here we go. This is why I love this brush, because it has this perfect little point on it and it makes it perfection when you go to do your wing. So what you're gonna do, you can either leave your eye open or you can close it, but you don't wanna go straight out when you do a wing. Okay, that's when you're gonna start quacking at people and you're gonna get the duck bill. All right, so when you close your eyes, you actually want to go up. I like to follow kind of where my eyeshadow stopped because that kind of shows the direction of my eye. Okay, if you do your liner first before your shadow, just make sure you go up towards the end of your brow. So you're gonna go at an angle up, not straight out.
You look pretty.
Oh, thank you, my love. I like to do it with my eye open only because I can help see kind of where it needs to go. Now, you go out first, but the biggest thing women forget to do when they do a wing is you've got to bring it back in. Don't stop going out. Okay, so when we go out like this, you get to the end, and then what you want to do is bring it back in. Okay, it's going to help that line look more straight and more solid. All right, otherwise it's gonna look like a little curly Q and it's just not gonna look right. You want, when you have a really bold wing, you want the top line, when you close your eyes, you want that top line to be straight down. Okay, so if you go out and you don't come back in, you're just gonna have like a loop, like a hook. Okay, so once you go out, then you bring it back in. And I just go one line back in. Then you can go in after that and kind of fix it how you want it. Look at that. Let's do the other side. I get just the point, just the tip. That's what she said. Now I am gonna tight line my waterline just because I love to do it. You can use this for a tight line on your waterline too. So I take my pinky, I pull it down just a little bit, and then I just lay that brush right in, and it just, that easy. It just goes right in. Now, let's put some mascara on, and then we gonna do these lips, all right? This is my favorite red combo. All of my red lip lovers, this is your go-to right here. So I'm taking Primal. Apparently I'm gonna burp first, excuse me. I'm gonna take Primal Lips. I'm gonna line my lip. All right, I can't line and talk. Y'all are gonna have to entertain yourselves for a minute. Okay, so here we go. We're going in. This is Sizzling. This is a true red. This is a blue undertone red. Watch how freaking pretty this is. Yes. Now let's put some hater spray on and then we're done. It smells so freaking good. I love it. Okay, have a great day.